Yo, what's going on YouTube? Wook here, and welcome to the channel. This is a brand new 8-part series where I go over all the tracks that didn't make their way into Mario Kart 8 Deluxe. Each video will talk about the missing tracks from that particular Mario Kart game in order of appearance, starting with Super Mario Kart and ending with Mario Kart Tour. First, just a reminder that I'll be doing a giveaway once the channel hits 2,000 subscribers for a $20 Nintendo eShop card. So that means to join the giveaway, all you have to do is be subscribed. Also, if you want to talk all things Mario Kart or about anything in general, join my Discord server. The link will be in the description down below. Now let's get on with the video. Mario Kart 64, originally released for the Nintendo 64 in 1996 in Japan and 1997 worldwide. It is the second main entry in the Mario Kart series and a major upgrade from Super Mario Kart, with its expanded gameplay such as the introduction of mini turbo boosts from drifting and 4-player support. It is the first game of the Super Mario franchise to let more than 2 people play simultaneously. It is also the first Mario Kart game to use 3-dimensional graphics for its environment design, such as the addition of elevation, advanced collision physics, and expanded camera controls. However, the characters, the items, and some track obstacles in the game remain as 2-dimensional pre-rendered sprites. This is for game optimization. Additionally, the game contains unique track designs rather than multiple variants of the same track, though some of the tracks share the same music like the Raceways and Wario Stadium. Other elements would become series mainstays such as racer weight classification, the introduction of Wario and Donkey Kong as playable characters, and several new items such as the spiny shell and triple variants of green shells and red shells. So now that we got some history out of the way, let's talk about each track that didn't make the cut into Mario Kart 8 Deluxe. Starting with Luigi Raceway. This track is the introductory track of the game and is quite simple yet fun. As most of the circuit-style tracks, it's just a generic raceway with a few turns here and there. Though this track did return in Mario Kart 7, I can see why it didn't make the cut into Deluxe, because we just have so many tracks that already share similar themes. But I probably would have preferred this track over Toad's Circuit. Next is Mumu Farm, a refreshing but very short and simple track. You race around a nice farm with Monty moles trying to block your path and cows scattered in the background. It later appears as a retro track in Mario Kart DS, but ultimately ends up getting replaced by its successor, Mumu Meadows from Mario Kart Wii, which I believe to be the better track, though I could see them adding some of the objects from Mumu Farm into Mumu Meadows like the bridge you drive underneath. Up next is Koopa Troopa Beach. I mentioned in the last video that beach tracks are my favorite, and I'm always shocked when they get cut. This track acts as a successor to the Koopa Beach courses in Super Mario Kart, and features a distinct Koopa Troopa rock formation seen shortly after the race begins. It is also the first track in the game to feature a shortcut without the use of an item. This track was brought back in Mario Kart 7, and you can see this track in the background on Sunshine Airport, which is another reason I'm shocked this track didn't make it in, because it would have been really cool to see Sunshine Airport while racing on this track. Did I mention that this music also slaps? Now on to our first ice track, RPP A Snowland. This is actually the first track on the list I'm shocked didn't make the cut. I know I said that about Koopa Troopa Beach, but this one just feels different. I feel like this track could have had an amazing glow up, with all the snowman obstacles and the huge walls of snow everywhere. Oh, and seeing the snow statues from Mario and Yoshi in HD would have been really cool to see. The music is also another huge factor, because I really wish you could have heard it been played by the Deluxe band. This track has also been seen again in Mario Kart DS, and I have high hopes we'll be seeing it again in the next Mario Kart game. Next is Mario Raceway. Man, with the number of Mario circuits in Deluxe, I'm really shocked they didn't top it off with Mario Raceway. Similar to Luigi Raceway, this is Mario's home track of the game and is the second shortest track behind Mumu Farm. This track does have some really cool scenery, like a giant warp pipe you drive through, and this track did make an appearance in Mario Kart Wii, but as I stated before, if there already weren't so many Mario circuits in Deluxe, I strongly think this track would have made it. Though I believe we will see this track again as a cup starter in the next Mario Kart game. Next up is Wario Stadium. This track is the second longest course in the game, right behind Rainbow Road. According to the manual, Wario himself designed and built this track, making it his home track in the game. It is the first Wario-themed course in a Mario Kart series, and this track is the only one from 64 not to return in another game, and I'm honestly not sure why. I'm assuming it's because of the success of tracks like DS Wario Stadium, or G&C Waluigi Stadium. It also could be because of how long it is. Most tracks are usually 2 minutes long, and it took me well over a minute to complete one lap, so it feels like this could be almost a 4-minute long track. My gut tells me though that this track will make a massive return. Now we have the classic Sherbet Land, another ice track where you race around a cracked frozen lake with penguins that try to get in your way. Other than the cave section, this track doesn't really have much going for it, even with it being brought back in Mario Kart Wii. The Double Dash Sherbet Land just reigns supreme, and I guarantee that's why it didn't make it into Deluxe. Next is Bowser's Castle. I wish Deluxe had more Bowser's Castle to go with all these rainbow roads. This castle was really fun with all the thwomps, especially the ones that laugh evilly at you. This track was brought back in Mario Kart Wii, but I honestly think Deluxe could have done this track justice, with including anti-gravity sections with all the crazy turns and shaky wooden bridges. Though, I just really hope in the next Mario Kart game we see some more Bowser's Castles and a little less rainbow roads. Now on to DK's Jungle Parkway. This is another track that I think 100% should have been brought back into Deluxe. It has really fun turns and pathways to take and a fun steamboat that travels in the river. I feel like this track would have looked so good with a nice HD glow up and could have added a nice glide section where that big jump ramp is, and maybe even a part where you drive through an opening in the boat. I feel like the main reason this track didn't make the cut was because of 3DS DK Jungle. It has similar vibes with a long wooden bridge, a glide section that mimics the big jump, on top of all the fun turns and jumps. This track did make an appearance in Mario Kart Wii, but hopefully we'll see this track in all its glory sometime soon. The last track on the list is Banshee Boardwalk. This track resembles the Ghost Valley courses from Super Mario Kart in terms of overall theme and layout. This course's music also samples from parts of those courses' music. The main thing I like about this course is the big Cheep Cheep that jumps out of the water over the track, and I was glad to see it return in Mario Kart DS. Though for the same reasons as I said in the SNES video, is that Boo Lake shares similarities to all these courses, and that track did these ones justice. So Mario Kart 64 had a total of 10 tracks that didn't make it into Mario Kart 8 Deluxe. Now 64 had a lot of fun and unique tracks, and even though a chunk of the music was reused amongst other tracks, it also showed what the future holds for us in the music side of things. I mean, like, come on, the Deluxe music slaps. Anyway, I have a feeling most of these tracks will return in the next game because I think we are due for some major glow-ups. I hope you enjoyed the video. Don't forget to like and subscribe. Leave a comment down below on which of these tracks you wish made it into Deluxe. As always, hope to see you in the next video. Wook out.